Hello, I'm Alan Parker, and I'd like to talk to you today about an innovation. I'd like to talk to you about an innovation that I actually came up with about 5 years ago and have been exploring and developing and researching over the past 5 years. The program is called Selective Behavior Modelling. And selective behavior modelling is a process backed up by a piece of software that is designed to solve an age-old problem. That problem of we want to change our organisation's culture from one thing to another. We change the systems, we change the structure, we change the functions, the job descriptions, the leadership. We even change our values, or at least the values we talk about. And all of that's really great work, and we're left with the dilemma of how do we change the behaviour in the human being so that tomorrow they're actually doing something that they weren't doing yesterday. Or tomorrow they're doing something at a level of efficiency, refinement, that they weren't doing yesterday. And can we do that en masse so that we actually do have a change in the culture of every person in the organisation? But as most of us know, how do we get mass behaviour to change? And then, how do we actually measure it? Selective behaviour modelling attempts to answer some of those questions. A number of years ago, I watched this dilemma taking place and sat uncomfortably with it. And one day I sat down and I wrote down the 23 elements that you and I engage in when we're doing organisational change. And I came up with a list which I inverted, and when I inverted the logic of all of it, I came up with selective behaviour modelling, which was this crazy idea of what would happen if we could take an organisation and today get every single person in the organisation to agree to two behaviours that had universal application that would have large impact if we all did them. If we could get every single person to enrol today in doing those two behaviours, and each of those people had 3 or 4 people that they worked with who actually reviewed and watched and monitored them delivering the behaviours. And then we had a computer system that allowed them on a Friday to go in and take 90 seconds simply to press 4 buttons to say, yes, I did see the behaviour, this was the quality of the behaviour, yes, there was an improvement, or no, there wasn't an improvement, and did I see an impact positively for the behaviour? So the system allows for that review to take place. If we could get each person changing their behaviour and 3 or 4 people reviewing their behaviour that was empirically measuring the behaviour. So the behaviours are so tightly defined, and the questions in the assessment are yes and no, or 1, 2, 3, 4. We can come out on a weekly basis with an assessment that says this is the number of people in our organisation who are doing those behaviours. Now, the program runs over 12 weeks, which means at the end of 12 weeks, we can look at the data and say our culture has actually moved because these new behaviours are in place. So if any of that sounds of interest to you, sparks you thinking, oh, that might be the bit we've been looking for, please feel free to call us. If a system of changing mass behaviour without taking people out of the workplace is attractive to you, if there's a way that we can inject in specific behaviours and empirically measure, so you can go to your next meeting with the numbers and say, this is the number of people who are doing the specific behaviour. If that's attractive, I'd be delighted to talk to you further.